all, welcome back to my channel Sweet Salt Spicy. Today we are going to see a Bengal gram kofta curry. The ingredients for this are: have taken 1.5 cup of Bengal gram and soaked overnight, and have taken some shallots, 1 ripe tomato, snuff, and 4 to 5 cashews, turmeric powder, 4 tablespoons of chili powder, salt, coconut, garlic, dry chilies, curry leaves, mustard, jeera, and the oil for this I'm using is sesame oil or gingerly oil. I'll tell you about the advantages of this oil later. First, take a pan, heat a pan and add the coconut gratings to it. Do not add any oil, just we have to do the roast over here. I mean the dry roast for the coconut as well as the cashews and the snuff. I've taken around 5 cashews over here and around 1 tablespoon of snuff, and we are going to dry roast all these ingredients until we get a good aroma. Once when we add the snuff to any dish, we get a kind of different taste as well as the aroma. It gives a good flavor to the dish and it is really very good for health. So keep adding these kind of ingredients in the day-to-day dishes. Once it's been dry roasted, keep it aside, let it cool for around 5 minutes. Meanwhile, we'll take a blender. Have just drained the Bengal gram, have added to the blender. I'll be adding the garlic cloves and dry chilies to the Bengal gram and around 1 or 1.5 tablespoon of snuff, and we'll grind this. We have to grind this without adding water, so it has to be a little in a coarse paste. I'll be adding salt now according to your taste and give a good mix. Make sure that you shouldn't add water while grinding the Bengal gram koftas. So take a blender, add the coconut gratings, cashews and snuff to the blender, add little water to it and grind this into a fine paste. Now I have heated a pan, I have added around 2 to 3 tablespoons of gingerly oil or sesame oil. Once it's been heated, I'll be adding the mustard seeds. Once the mustard seeds splutter, then I'll be adding the jeera or cumin seeds. Once this is done, we can add the onions as well as the curry leaves, tomatoes. Make the flame into low, add hing, this optional, or asafoetida. Some people do not like the smell or the aroma or the flavor of the asafoetida, so you can just skip it, that is optional. Now I have added onions, give a good fry until that turns into transparent. Once that is done, I'll be adding around half tablespoon of turmeric powder and crushed garlic and give a good fry to this until the raw smell of the garlic goes off. This is a very delicious gravy with the Bengal gram kofta. Now I'll be adding 1 ripe finely chopped tomato to it and give a good fry. We have to fry all this. So for frying this or making the tomatoes and onions soft, I'll be adding around 1.5 tablespoon of salt, and I'll be adding chili powder, around 4 tablespoon of chili powder. It depends upon your taste. Usually these type of gravies have to be little spicier, so it really tastes good. I'll be adding around 1 cup of water to it to make the onions as well as the garlic soft. So close the lid and allow it to boil for around 3 to 4 minutes. Now you can just see the curry is been boiling from around 3 to 4 minutes. Now I'll be adding the paste which we had grinded, that is the coconut, cashews as well as the snog. You have to grind it into a fine paste and add to the pan, to which we have added the onions, tomatoes. So this adds the flavor and it enhances the taste of the dish. Close this and allow this to boil for around 3 to 4 minutes. Again, you can just see the boil is coming. You can just see the boil, and if you wish, you can just add around 1 to 2 tablespoon of tamarind extract. If your tomatoes are sour enough, no need of tamarind extract. Here my tomato was ripe, but it was not sour, so that's the reason I'll be adding here the tamarind extract. If you have amchur powder, you can just add even that. So it's been boiling from around 5 minutes. Now I'll be making the koftas, from which we have blended the Bengal gram, chilies, cloves, or sorry, the garlic pods and dry chilies. So you have to make koftas. You have to make a kind of balls from the Bengal gram mixture. You shouldn't press while making the koftas. You have to make it very soft. You have to be very gentle while doing that. And after give it in any shape whichever you like. After giving that, you can just add to the curry. Still the flame is on. I've just added all the koftas to the gravy over here and allow this to cook for around 5 to 8 minutes. But we shouldn't close the lid. Once if it is cooked on the one side, we have to turn this to the other side very gently. For that, you have to use this kind of spatula which doesn't allow the koftas to break. So do not close the lid. Allow this to boil. It's almost 3 to 4 minutes. Now it's been cooked on the one side. I'll be turning all the koftas to the other side. It's a very delicious recipe which goes well with rice, puris, dosas, even rotis, naan, parathas, everything. So I have just turned all the koftas to the other side and allow it to cook evenly and properly. For the garnish, you can just add the coriander leaves at the end while serving. You can just lift all the koftas. You can feel the koftas wouldn't break. It means that it's been cooked. If the koftas wouldn't have come out well, then while you lift the koftas, it will break. So this is perfectly done. If you like this recipe, hit the like button, share it to your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.